Hey y'all, welcome back. I decided that I would brine some pork today. I've had this brine, I made too much last time, and so I just saved it. And it's just salt, sugar, and water, and pickling spices. So I'm gonna be using that and this glass crock here, and I've got this pork shoulder that I'm going to debone, and I've got a boneless pork loin that I may or may not take the fat off. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and debone this. I've patted it nice and dry. I think I'm gonna leave all that fat on there. This brine was left over from a brisket that I brined. Never had done that before. I found this recipe for the brine on YouTube somewhere because I was itching to preserve meat the old-fashioned way, and I couldn't really find a whole lot, but I did find just very simple. There's no curing salt, anything like that in this brine. It's just regular salt. I'll probably roast this a little bit and then make a stock out of it. I'm gonna open this up so that my brine will get to it the way that I want it to. It's a nice layer of fat right there. Got my pork shoulder, and I might want to put more meat in there. Depends on how much brine I have. So I'll go ahead and open up this baby. I've got my pork loin rinsed, and trim off a little bit of that. I think I'm going to trim all this fat. I might do it later. I might let it brine because I'd like to render some fat that's been sitting in the brine. I haven't done that before, and I've wanted to do that. Quite a bit on this shoulder too that I could render. Once I render it, I just want to play with it to see how it can season things like pancakes, or not pancakes. Okay. I'm ready to put this in there, but I think that's enough meat for this crock. If it's not, I'll put some more in. I want to get as much as I can out of my brine session. I need to mix my brine. These two, as you can see, one's darker than the other. I think it's just how I poured it off. Anyway, I'm going to mix them together before I pour them in my crock. So I'm just going to pour them in here to mix them. That was sealed up really good. And I love the smell of this stuff. I've got a lot of spices in here, probably way too many. The recipe was going by, gosh, it smells good. Was saying, you know, just like a tablespoon of this, a tablespoon of that, but I kind of went crazy on it. Gosh, that smells good. So I'm just gonna use it all. Hey Ford, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Just gonna brine this meat. I'm gonna put this one in first. Pour in some brine. This one in. What I like about this method is it just kind of seems like cheating, but see, I could use a little bit more meat in there, but some more brine. I want to make sure that the brine is covering the meat completely. So I'm gonna use the rest of my brine. Just fill it up, all those spices. That's just way too many spices. So many spices. The meat is slowly floating to the top. But I don't want that. I want it to stay down completely so it's not exposed to any air at all. So I'm just going to try putting a bowl in there. And that looks like that is doing the trick. It is. So I'm just gonna put my lid on. There it is. And I'm just gonna leave it on the counter for 7 days. It's Saturday right now, so next Saturday I'm gonna take it off, take it out. I'm gonna rinse it off, rinse it really, really good, and then I'm going to do stuff with it. I'm not sure what yet. I might just roast it like a corned beef brisket like I made last time, or I might cube it up and maybe make pork shoulder bites. Who knows what I'll do. Anyway, so that's it. We'll let that set for 7 days. Each day I'm going to take this lid off and take the bowl out, and I'm going to stir it just to make sure it's all getting the brine. I want it all brined evenly. But I think it looks cool with the meat in the glass crock sitting on the counter. Not in the fridge, just sitting on the counter right there. Anyway, okay, well I'll come back to this in about a week.